Okay, today first speaker is Smita. Smita is the top student. So yes, you know that to go to the tops, you need to good preparation. So she is a very good student, no doubt. So I hope that she will present so impressive something. You prepare for that. Okay, Smita, go on.
Do I share my screen?
Yes, first.
Apparently you disabled it, it's saying.
Oh yeah, I know that. Okay, so, yeah, good, good.
Can you see it?
Yes, just go
No.
presentation.
Um, I just need to get my notes. So my presentation is about meat consumption and its effects. And if you don't know, my name is Smita. So meat is very important in evolution and obviously nowadays too. In human evolution, it's one of the reasons why we first made tools, social clans, and domesticated animals, and it's changed our bodies physically. As you can see in this picture here, this is an early human with flat teeth. And then once we started eating meat, our teeth got sharper. As you can see, your front teeth, they're sharp. And other things that happened, meat isn't the only reason why, but it's one of the reasons why. We got smaller stomachs, larger brains, started walking upright, things like that. And another thing is our bodies need meat, obviously, and I'll talk more about that later. So since we first started eating meat, meat consumption has grown a lot. Every 10 seconds, humans kill about 24,000 animals, which adds up to about up to 3 billion animals killed daily. And thanks to farming techniques and genetic engineering, the meat industry has also grown a lot. As you can see in this picture here, genetic engineering has changed chickens, like they've made them very big, and the number of animals slaughtered has also grown a lot. But why is this huge amount of meat eating is also really harmful? As it says, at this rate, we will not be able to support our projected population of 10 billion by 2050, because that's when we're expected to eat up to 400 million tons of meat. And this is because meat consumption contributes to climate change. It uses lots of resources and it uses lots of land. So in terms of resources, 70% of the world's antibiotics goes to farm animals, and 70% of the world's grains goes to animals, as well as 23% of the global freshwater. This is really wasteful because, for example, when I said 70% of grains go to animals, if those grains just went to humans, we wouldn't be wasting as much. It takes 16 pounds of grains to feed one cow, but that one cow only accounts for 1/3 of a human's caloric intake. Also, for climate change, 14.5% of global greenhouse gas emissions are produced by livestock, and for land, 33% of global land is devoted to livestock feed, and 45% of global land is occupied by livestock itself. So to combat these problems, there are many ways that people are trying to reduce their meat consumption. One of the biggest ways today is, as you probably know, is veganism and vegetarianism. So this is really helpful because it reduces meat eating, but there are a lot of problems with it. For example, it's very drastic, so a lot of people will probably not want to do it. And also, meat has this thing called heme-rich iron, and that's why as things like kale and beans, they also have a lot of iron. but that is not heme rich, which means that your body doesn't need it as much. 95% of the iron in your body is heme rich iron. And that's why, so when you eat things like kale and lentils, your body won't absorb all that iron because it doesn't need it. And also, people just like meat more because the heme rich iron gives it that like smoky taste and like that sweet taste. So you won't find that in any other like food. Also, another way that people are trying to reduce their meat consumption is just by eating less meat. As I said, the vegan and vegetarianism diet, that does reduce a lot of greenhouse gas emissions and the bad effects of meat eating. But in this, as you can see, the Mediterranean diet reduces it almost as much. And the Mediterranean diet, if you don't know what that is, they eat 90% less meat than other people, and they replace that by eating lots of like other fatty things like olive oil and yeah. And another way that people are trying to eat less meat is just by eating the recommended portion size, which is 4 ounces or about the size of your palm. And nowadays, a lot of people just overeat meat, and it's very common to do that. So just being aware of your meat consumption makes a huge difference. For example, the Mediterranean diet, if everybody ate the way Mediterranean people do, it would lower greenhouse gas emissions by 15%. And if just you, ate the recommended meat portions, then your greenhouse gas emissions would be half. So that's about the same as if everyone did that, then that's about the same as taking 1 billion cars off the streets. And another way that people are eating less meat, well, they're not eating less meat, they're just reducing the effects, is by just eating less chicken. Because if I go back to this chart I had here, this is actually color coded. So this one is just chicken and the other ones are other animals. So if you ate less chicken, it would be a lot worse it will be a lot better for the environment. 200 chickens produces the same amount of meals as 1 cow, and 40 chickens gives the same amount of meals as 1 pig. So chickens are very wasteful when you eat them. So I hope that you'll be more aware of your choices when you eat meat and follow some of these guidelines, and maybe you can make a difference in our planet. That's my presentation.
Yeah, thank you very much. It was great. Lots of information. I think that most of the boys, they like meat a lot. And I think that the girls are eating less and less. So I am not sure that the boys and girls are eating a balanced food. Okay. So it was a great presentation, Smita, that I even did not know lots of things. So it will be great to practice in our life to do that one. Okay. So boys and girls, you can ask questions some.
I have a question.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
If you go back to your slideshow with the slide with like all the percents, can you just go to the slideshow for
This one?
a second? Yeah. It's written. Oh no, I don't think it's on there. You said the greens it like wastes eating meat wastes a lot of greens because we could just eat the greens instead of like the livestock.
Yeah.
Well, like cows eat grass and like goats eat grass, so I don't see how like it's wasting it because we would never be able to eat grass anyways. If anything, it would be a bit more like productive because we can eat the cows instead of the grass. That's my question.
Oh, well, yeah, but we wouldn't have, if we didn't have so many cows, we wouldn't have to produce all that grass in the first place. So, and like like the population of cows and animals only increase so much because we eat so much meat. So if we didn't eat so much meat, the population would decrease and we wouldn't have to feed so many.
Okay, got it.
Any other questions? I think your audio is off.
I want to ask that who is practicing some kind of food, good balanced food habit? Everyone is eating good vegetable and enough vegetable, not the fish enough or meatless. Who is doing what? I know that Tonu stopped chicken, and some other girls, I don't know. Aditi, what are you doing? Eating chicken?
Yeah.
Okay. So who is it? And Josh increased lots of chicken. So I don't know what to do. So who are eating more? Shayari, how much you are eating? Chicken and vegetable?
I don't know how to say that.
Too much chicken or very few, a little?
A bit. I don't really enjoy eating it.
Okay, good. So Udichi, did you ask any question?
No, I don't have any questions.
No? So you like that presentation?
Yeah, it was nice.
Nice. So what did you learn from there?
I learned some of the reasons why we shouldn't eat too much meat.
Do you know how they grow chicken in the farm?
Yeah, they like make it really fat first and then they slaughter it.
And then this chicken, they let them go out from the box. Do you know or not?
I couldn't hear that.
So do you know that they don't let the chicken go out of the box? Very tiny.
Yeah, I know. They keep it trapped because they need that for like meat.
Just to grow their meat, they keep in just 1 cubic meter of the.
Yeah.
As soon as they are
It's
that.
also like animal abuse, kind of.
Yeah, so inhuman, yes. And also carbon reduction, lots of information. Okay, yes, Pritul.
Does fish cause pollution to the environment?
The fish, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have to like just getting the fish, like taking a ship there, that probably is.
Like just how you said, like chicken farms, there's actually fish farms as well. So it's like same for fish.
I mean, actually in the past, there were not that many farms. They usually naturally raised, or usually they kill from the sea and eat. But gradually the fish is going down, so they have to make in farming. So when you are doing farming,
That's probably why the organic ones are not as expensive, I don't think.
no, organic one is expensive pretty now.
Actually, no, they're more expensive.
Yeah, pretty expensive.
They're more important.
Okay, so I think that you should practice good habit of food. So we should continue the next speaker. Is that okay?
I have a question actually.
Yes, good.
I'm not sure if you mentioned this because I missed a little bit of it, but did you mention anything about antibiotics and the way that they feed it? Because I know you talked about greens and stuff.
Yeah, so the use of antibiotics has grown a lot since the 1950s especially. And what they do, and it's also contributed to the making a lot of chickens. It's helped overpopulate chickens, so that's why they need so much more land now and use a lot more resources.
Yeah, also a big thing with antibiotic resistance is the majority of it comes from animals, because if you're giving chickens, if you have like 100 chickens with a tiny amount of space, they're constantly spreading disease. So the more antibiotics you feed them, the more resistance you create. That eventually those diseases can come back to us. Yeah.
So you got that? So whenever they are applying any antibiotic to the chicken and we are consuming that chicken, then we are also going to be kind of antibiotic resistant of that. And another factor you did not discuss, I remember that, is a hormone.
Oh.
They are giving a lots of the meat growing hormone to the chicken. Eventually, when you are eating that chicken, you are also getting that hormone. That's why a lot of hypothesis is that recent boys and girls are way taller than their grandpa or their parents. So that's one of the things. It's a little bit concern even. It's artificial growing. You feel that it's a great, but it may not be good for health. Okay. More? No? Rohan?
Yes.
Yeah, you should ask some question because you have a very good hands-on experience of some kind of animal growing. Okay, say something.
I don't have any questions. Like, yeah, I don't really have any questions.
Okay, yeah, I want to introduce that Rohan is in the cottage, but it is very close to the farming area, and they have lots of the animal. His dad is a businessman of that, so he has in fact practical experience of how to grow, and he has lots of friendship with the animal like goat or llama or kind of cow. They love that. They are babies and milk, everything. Okay. Anyway, so
Nada, I like to request Rohan prepare a presentation on his hands-on experience. You have to have it. No? How about that, Rohan? Not now.
Okay.
In future.
Okay. I mean, I already told his father that once COVID is gone, we will bring a couple of goat from his farm and we'll kill it and we will make a picnic all.
Oh my God, Smita.
And not only that, his father wanted to give. This Rohan, yeah, I think that Rohan, not Smita's brother, it is.
I know. So Rohan, until then we can have your presentation online.
Yeah, okay.
With your experience with the animals.
Okay, thank you. So I will reset this. Probably not. This is a good idea to reset because you know that I want to keep all recording separate. So I'm stopping it and I will come back again. Okay.
Smita, it was a great presentation. Thank you.